Hi, Zeppa here. Runescape's new highly anticipated duo boss Yama is coming in less than 2 weeks. So I was making a list for myself for supplies that I need to get on my Iron Man to be able to attempt this boss on release. First of all, let's give a little backstory on what Yama is before we get started. So what we know from Yama, it's a endgame duo boss, so you need a friend for it. Jagex has announced that the difficulty of this boss is something a bit harder than Desert Treasure 2 bosses. So probably if Wardorvis, Leviathan, Duke and Whisper are out of reach for you, Yama might be a bit difficult, but nonetheless, if you feel like you want to do it, I highly recommend doing it on day 1. Also, as far as we know, Yama is supposed to be a demon. Okay, so with that out of the way, what am I gonna prep on the Iron Man to be able to take down this boss? Let's start with the obvious. You need brews, super restores, prayer potions, hard food like manta rays, anglerfish, sharks, karambans, and etc. This is kind of basic, so I'm just going through this real quick. It also might be useful to get some anti-venom potions. The new prayer regeneration potions might be useful. And make sure you have some staminas if the boss fight just revolves around running around the room. I don't think it will, but you never know. Also, I got a feeling that Arceus spellbook will be really good here. Especially because the Ward of Arceus spell, which gives you less damage taken from demons. The Dark Demon Bane, which is a spell you can inflict a lot of damage to demons. Mark of Darkness, which gives you extra damage on your Dark Demon Bane spell. And Death Charge for more specking. Oh, and obviously Thralls. So stack up on runes, get yourself some Blood runes, Death runes, Soul runes, Cosmic runes and Nature runes is a generally good idea. Oh, and by the way, before I bore you with just listing a bunch of items, I actually did some Colosseum and I got offered this pet here if I defeat Soul Heredit. So while I'm yapping about these items and Yama, let's have some Soul Heredit footage on the background and you guys can see if I get the pet or not. Okay, so while we're watching the Soul fight, let's get to the more speculative part of this video, which is going to be me talking about the gear that will be used for Yama, or that will be good for Yama. So as I mentioned in the start, this boss's difficulty is supposed to be harder than DT2 bosses. So I am talking about late game items. If you do not have these items, don't worry, I'm just gonna be talking about the items that people probably will have who are attempting this day 1. So let's start with combat styles. I think Yama is gonna be a hybrid or tribrid fight. So bringing either melee plus range or melee plus mage is a smart choice. There's no data on which style is gonna be the best, but I think it's a good idea to either bring melee and range or melee and mage. Also, I think defense reduction weapons will be very useful here. Especially, I have a feeling Ralos, the Toenails of Ralos, will be exceptional just because there's not many uses for them and they are a somewhat new item into the game. And usually Jagex does, like, they release an item that doesn't have so many uses. This was especially the case with Venator Bow. It wasn't that useful until then Whisperer came out and it was very good for the souls, and then Colosseum came out and it was very good for the for like speedrunning and whatnot. So with that idea in mind, I think Ralos is gonna be good. If you don't have the Ralos, that's fine. Dragon Warhammer, Bandos Godsword, Elder Maul, or even for the budget Andes, a Bone Dagger will probably be just fine. Okay, so with defense reduction weapons and having 2 combat styles, what would be the weapons to use? This is like the main damage ones. So As a demon boss, I think the Demon Bane weaponry is an obvious choice. So if you haven't already, go do some Tormented Demons. Get yourself a Ember Light. Well, if you don't have one, Arc Light is probably just fine. And Scorching Bow or Purging Staff. Those will probably be the like bread and butter weapons here. But I do have a feeling that the mega rare raid weapons, T-Bow, Shadow, and Scythe, are gonna be slightly better, but only slightly. Also, alternative weapons, if you don't have any of the ones I mentioned, I think for this boss, good weapons are gonna be Soul Reaper Axe, Noxious Halley, Bofa with the full crystal, maybe Trident and some Virtus, but you know, like whatever you have, just bring that. And I also have a feeling that if there's gonna be a lot of monsters in the boss fight room, the Venator bow might actually be very good here. Also, for armor, I would say bring a Serp Helm, or probably not bring one, but have a Serp Helm, so if there's venom and poison, or you need to venom and poison stuff, it's very good. Also, with the Serp Helm, I think getting a lot of Zulra scales for Blowpipe or Toxic Trident, or even if you have the Noxious Halley, just to be able to poison something if there's a mechanic like Versic Phase 2 where the purple crab comes and you need to poison it. So something like that is a good idea to prep for it. Also, as Yama drops the new Slash armor, I would assume that Slash is the superior like meleeing style for this boss. So snagging a Bellator ring for you might actually be a very, very good idea, especially as the boss drops like this high Slash armor, same way as Fosani and Nightmare drop the Crush armor. This boss might be weak to Slash, but still has quite a high Slash defense, so that might be a good idea. Also, tank utility items like the Blood Fury, Echo Boots, well, Barrow's Gloves maybe, could be a solid choice. If you have an Elysian Spirit Shield, that would be maybe decent for the day one attempts, or the first couple of days before the meta of the boss like settles down. It's a duo boss. Make sure to book your best buddies, your gaming, your duo partner, your broski. Tell them that the boss is coming. Make sure they're bonded up. Make sure they don't have plans with other people. Book them to do the boss with you. Have some fun. Have some quality time with your broskis, and just take down Yama together. With this list, I think that's pretty much everything we had in mind. And yeah, good luck on Yama. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments if you're hyped about the boss. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my Twitch as well. I'm streaming my Iron Man progression there and hardcore whenever I play it. Zeppa out. Peace.